I have a John Deere F525 with a PA540A Kawasaki engine. I checked the fire from my coil to spark plug and it looks weak and won't start engine, but if I remove wire from plug and ground it on a jumper wire to engine, it will jump over a 1/4 inch gap and the test light gets very bright during spinning engine. Why would it be weak when plugged to spark plug directly on engine?
Remove the kill wire from the coil and check the spark. The kill wire may be affecting the spark. It has to ground the coil to kill engine when the key is turned off. You did replace the spark plug?
I have had the ground kill veer unplugged the whole time, and have a new plug-in from the start.
Are you sure you are getting fuel to the cylinder? Is the carburetor solenoid open as soon as the key is turned on?
I cleaned carb and checked fuel solenoid, and I am also spraying with carb cleaner in intake. It's not even trying.
When did it last run? Do you have compression?
But the spark looks weak with tester bulb plugged in spark plug wire.
If spark jumps from wire and looks good, I doubt it is a spark problem. Tester doesn't really show accurate spark strength, just that it sparks. If you attach spark plug and ground it to the metal of the engine, does the plug fire?
I don't know when it last ran. The starter wire was unplugged when I bought it. He said solenoid was bad. Well, I fixed that. I have 160 hash comp on it.
Have you checked the flywheel timing key? You have tried starting fluid or carb cleaner in carb to see if it will fire? I see you already did that. Will it fire if you put a teaspoon of fuel direct into the spark plug hole?
I also put fuel in plug hole before reinstalling plug.
And nothing? Have you checked the exhaust? It isn't plugged from mice, etc.?
Curtis, I'm just not getting fire when I lay it against engine. But why does my test light flash?
I wonder if coil is not grounding out. If you let spark plug hang, does it fire?
Spark tester flash. Does not fire. I am believing the coil is very weak.
This engine uses an igniter. Have you considered it? Hash in the picture. http://jdpc.der.com/pimagesmp21mp21201_un12may99.gif.
No, because guy said he was using it, just had to start with screwdriver across solenoid. The ignition switch is bad, so I've ordered a new one and now I'm just trying to start it direct to starter like all other engines do. Maybe it has to go through ignition to start. I've never seen one that did though. But I've never had one of these. Just FC540Vs, not these PA540A.
Engine is basically the same, but it does have to use the igniter with the coil. You do see the igniter and it is plugged in?
It plugged in. How does it get fire to igniter? Does it power come from under flywheel?
I don't have a wiring diagram for the F525. But igniter would be my thought. Has always been problem, and later engines, Kawasaki dropped it.
I unplugged igniter and used test light on wire. There is no power when engine spins. So I'm not going to spend $50 or $60 just to see. If it's electrical, it has to have current. I'm wondering if I could use a jumper from battery and then send it over to see if that's what it needs or what. I can't find a test proc.
Try battery just to test. Test for igniter is to replace. Sorry.
There is a pin on the ignition switch that when I put voltage to it, the wire going to the igniter gets voltage with test light, so I guess the switch has to be plugged in and in on position to get the igniter to fire. If I use a jumper wire to igniter from battery, that should fire the engine. Maybe.
Give it a go.
Curtis, I put a new coil on it and now all it does is spit back, like a spun key on flywheel or exhaust valve.
With compression okay, then remove the flywheel and check the timing key.
Curtis, the key is good. When I test the igniter for resistance bases on book on website, I cannot find where it is bad. I get 1.3 on the 200k ohm setting no matter where I put the leads plus or plus. It says if there is a variance it's bad, if not it's good. I've sent test procedure, let me know if I'm wrong.
Test says A.1 to 1.0 and B, 1 to 10. Bug difference between 0.1 and 10?
Curtis, I can't find part diagram for Kawasaki PA540A. Do you know the igniter part hash? There must be 50 different ones. From $13.00 to $75.
Kawasaki hashtag igniter John Deere PT hash. D here shows the AM 132,770, here looks to be the Kawasaki hash. I see some on eBay.
What about one of the universal megafires, 440 to 465? It says it crosses to the Kawa hash. Think that's a Stens. I just don't understand the 2-wire plug kit that comes with it.
Never used one, and says something to the effect, not to be used with battery ignition.
I have a new one coming. Everything I read says it will have a weak spark if it's bad. At this point I just don't know, but I've done everything else.
You have the new igniter yet?
No, but it's on its way. Nobody around here had one. I'm going to go ahead and rate it. I can always get back to you if need be. Thanks, Curtis.
Thank you. Let me know the result. You.
Okay, Curtis. Ron.
Thanks again.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.